Marinette pulls up to the boathouse with some stickers for blue-haired guy and his flop-ass band and says she wants to talk to him about the logo on them because it was Bob Ross's company logo or something. Why is she greeting everyone individually? Anyways, the stickers are an excuse and we all know that's not what she wants to talk about, and so does the blue-haired guy. She wants a therapy session, except the blue-haired guy is just a guy and not a licensed therapist. Marinette, please consider talking to an actual therapist and not just some guy whose only personality is his guitar. Little parallel, very much giving first Luka-net interaction in Captain Hardcock. But one breakup later. Damn, if you really think about it, comparing these scenes, we're really back to square one. You know, her talking to him about Adrian. Also, I hate how Marinette's entire personality is just Adrian this entire season. I'm tired of y'all's relationship. I hope you break up. Meanwhile, me waiting for those 20 seconds of Adrinette screen time. Anyways, Marinette, you're such a pick-me, please shut up. At least you're self-aware. I broke your heart and now I want love advice from you. I suck. Yeah, you do. He calls her a miraculous buddy, and yeah, we get it, you know she's Ladybug. You finally remembered, I see. Where were you last season after Wishmaker, you hoe? She kisses him on the cheek. Damn, she sure likes kissing motherfuckers on the cheek. Blue-haired guy tells her she knows where to find him if she needs him. Then Marinette bumps into Adrian in the corridor and they're being cringe. Guess what Adrian wants from Luka? Therapy session. Does he look like a therapist to y'all? This is so annoying. Also, get those shoes off the bed, I'm literally so mad. Y'all are so lucky he's not charging you money for bothering him with your problems. Blue-haired guy flashback from Wishmaker. Okay, we get it, y'all finally remembered that this happened. We have all the time in the world? No you don't, boo, you're going to London in a few weeks. Adrian takes Marinette's place in the therapy room, and yeah, Luka knows her secret but Adrian doesn't. Okay, we get it. There's some talk about how you can love someone fully if you don't know them completely. Blue-haired guy says he doesn't act the same around different people and that all of those sides of him are the real him. You and Adrian are good friends? Show, don't tell. Y'all barely interact. The script says Adrian throws himself at blue-haired guy's neck to hug him. I don't know what I'd do without you, Luka. I'll tell you what you'd do without him. Probably the same thing. Get a real therapist, dude, you're fucking loaded. Unless real therapists don't exist in the MLB universe. Blue-haired guy tells Adrian he knows where to find him if he needs him. Then Jagged the Stoner asks blue-haired guy for parenting advice. I don't know, dude, just spend more time with him. Is this guy a stoner or just brain dead? Jagged the Stoner doesn't want to stay in Paris and suggests they go on a trip because he's not getting along with blue-haired guy's mom. He says things with his manager/assistant are going really well. What does Penny do again? I forgot. After a brief therapy session with his father, he tells him he knows where to find him, and then Penny wants a therapy session. 4 people in a row, dude. One more and I'm leaving. Yeah, just give me useless advice, that's all you're good for. Penny says Bon Ross won't get off her back and that she's looking for Jagged the Stoner. Blue-haired guy asks what she really wants to talk about, and she says she's in love with his father Jagged the Stoner and that she doesn't know why because he's disorganized, a child, selfish and not David Bowie. Bob Ross breaks into their personal property out of nowhere and says he's looking for Jagged the Stoner to record some songs for him since it's in his contact. Penny accidentally reveals that Luka is Jagged the Stoner's son and Bob Ross is shocked. I thought it was public knowledge at this point? Guess not. So now since he can't get the father, he'll get the son. Bob Ross says that he can't believe anyone would be stupid enough to have a child with Jagged the Stoner, and honestly Bob Ross, can't believe I'm agreeing with this guy. Wait, doesn't this guy have a kid too? Who the hell was stupid enough to let themselves have a child with him? Anyways, blue-haired guy's mom comes in and says she was stupid enough to have a child with that dude and that he entered her houseboat without permission. Bob Ross asks what she'll do about it, and I'm still wondering why this woman hasn't called the police. Oh right, they're useless. Thanks for reminding me. Then she beats his ass or something. Then the kiddie section flops start rehearsal and Bob interrupts them to convince them to sign a contract. Even though they all know he'd already offered a contract before and he never followed up. He says he's been waiting for the right time. Then he pulls out a contract. Julika's mom throws him in the water to drown a second time, but he survives sadly. Blue-haired guy tells her to stop throwing people in the water and she says she knows, but people piss her off. She's honestly so real. Too bad this is the most forgettable family in the whole show. To me at least. I'll keep an eye on you, Anarka. Blue-haired guy says anyone can change and Bob pulls out the contract again. Blue-haired guy isn't sure this is a good idea, but he signs the contract anyway. I don't think I have to say it. This isn't how contracts work. But who cares, the kids they made this for don't know anything, so it's fine. I love using the kids show excuse to gloss over anything that doesn't make sense. Then Bob says everyone except blue-haired guy is fired. Blue-haired guy says he can't do that and the mom throws Bobby in the water again. Bro's got swimming gear on like he knows she'll throw him in the damn water. They still haven't called the police on this guy, but anyways. He comes back still alive and says he owns them now. Blue-haired guy says it's his fault and nearly gets akumatized, and Gabby senses the panic and how hard he's trying to resist since he knows their identities, and blue-haired guy confirms and says he'll never tell him who they are. So now Gabby knows that the blue-haired guy knows who Ladybug and Chat Noir are. Gabby mentions greed and I wanna skin him alive more and more every episode. He's so fucking annoying to look at. Who needs friends when you've got cold hard cash? Period. Pooh. Bob is so based. Maybe he's Chloe's father and not the mayor. New theory just dropped. Blue-haired guy smashes his guitar and rejects the Akuma. Then he rips the contract in front of Bobby and says money and contracts are just paper. Bobby ends up in the water again and the Akuma goes to him. Gabby gives him the power too. Okay, I'll never call him Gabby again since I have no respect for him. From now on I'll call him Pest. Pest equals Gabby. So Gabby gives him the power to make the blue-haired guy and everyone else sing everything that's in their heart. Obviously keeping in mind the fact that he knows their identities. Bobby transforms into Gold Record. Back on the boat the guys are talking about the contract thingy and blue-haired guy's broken guitar. He says Bobby didn't break him and can't buy his inner tune. Can you shut up about inner tunes? I'm going to kill you. Bobby shows up and tries to hit blue-haired guy, but Rose gets hit instead and we hear her little song. With all my heart I love Julika. Zonette could never. If I see one more person talking about how Rose X Julika isn't canon, I'll rip your skin. They're not best friends, you lesbophobic hoe. Probably the only part of the episode that didn't put me to sleep. Rose also loves unicorns and bunnies and people she doesn't like. She's so baby. Bobby says he knew this band was worthless. He's right. Then Anarcha gets hit and sings about freedom. He calls her an old anarchist, hahaha, she's so Felix core. Blue-haired guy leads the others to another room to hide and Marinette goes to transform and he doesn't seem fazed that she's not hiding with them. I wonder if he knows. Adrian asks the blue-haired guy if he's seen Marinette. Luka holds his arm and forces him to look him in the eye and says that if Marinette has been captured, the only ones who can save her are Chat Noir and Ladybug. His tone makes Adrian raise an eyebrow, but he doesn't think too much of it. Then he gets shoved into the closet on purpose to transform. Julika gets hit and we hear a banger of a song. I'm kidding, it sounds like ass but the lyrics are cute. Oh, you think I'm a hater? Bobby is an even bigger hater. Marinette comes back as Ladybug and drags Luka away so he can hide. Chat Noir comes out of the closet and we hear a duck song. This is so goofy. Also Adrian knows he's a terrible singer. Why the hell did you sing anyway? Can you be main dancer material at least? I don't know, he gets the visual and dancer spot I guess. Chat Noir says he hates the powers of the miraculous when a villain uses them. Ladybug calls him and tells him to keep Bobby busy so she can come up with a plan. Ah yes, Latin were quote-unquote teamwork. Ladybug uses Luka for her plan and here we have the killer scene. I'm kidding. I was half asleep but I know most of y'all care. He tells her that if he gets hit he'll reveal everything in his heart. She says whatever's in his heart is no problem. He calls her Marinette. She says not to worry in case he reveals the name of someone he's in love with. He calls her Marinette again and she gets the Tim Burton eyes. She asks if he knows Chat Noir too and he says yes. I hope you guys care about this because I don't. If you do, I'm so jealous. I was yawning. It's way too late for me to care. This confrontation should have happened a long time ago. Why the hell didn't they do anything with this back in determination? Whole ass double date with both of them there and we didn't get any of this. It's like they still hadn't remembered that Wishmaker happened. But we'll talk more about this later. Bobby gets defeated and he gets back to the contracts. He says the law is protecting him? How the hell is this legal? God, this is so tone deaf. Then the pest says he'll make Luka sing/tell him their identities. Back to these guys, the blue-haired one tells them he can't stay in Paris because he knows Ladybug and Chat Noir's identity. Just saying if he broke the guitar before the pest sensed his panic he wouldn't need to leave because that's the only reason the pest gets. Marinette says those two will protect him and he says he can't become their priority. What are we gonna do without you? Whatever you were doing before. Who's gonna listen to us? A fucking therapist, dude. Also, can I just say something? I'm so disappointed by how they handled Julika's reaction here. Like hers was the tamest one. And she's his fucking sister. Like what the hell? She got so much character development last season and for what? It's like Crocodile never happened. Another reason why I think they fired the old writers and got new ones who have never seen the show. This is so inconsistent for her character, honestly. Like I thought she was getting actual development. Also, Luka is 15. He's a year younger than me? That's crazy. I thought he was 16. What the hell? Anyways, Jagged the Stoner says he'll go with him and Penny says she was a teacher so she'll help Luka with schoolwork while they're away. Why the hell aren't they taking Julika and Anarka with them? This makes no sense. Like the pest knows they have direct act with the blue-haired one so they can be easily targeted. Not that Julika hasn't been targeted millions of times before, but you know what I mean. They're not safe here either since they're associated with him. Why are they staying? So yeah, they made this guy find out Ladybug and Chat Noir's identities so they can write him out of the show and do nothing with him because that's too much work. Nice. This feels so cheap and literally nothing would change if this was anyone else from the Miraculous. Is my theory correct? Did they only make him find out so they could make a worse version of Chat Blanc with the downgrade of the blue-haired guy saving the universe instead of Alex? This is so disrespectful. Speaking of Alex, I've checked people's reactions on Twitter and I've already seen comparisons to how he has to run away just like her. I will only say this once. Alex had a huge responsibility forced on her and she has to stay in the fucking burrow and basically miss out on her life and family all because the pest couldn't move on from his dead bitch. Luka is going on vacation with his family. They are not the same. Oh, and about Wishmaker. I have to admit I never really cared about that episode and I couldn't for the life of me understand why the fandom ate that shit up. Like Luka of all people finding out was so random? Might as well have Yvonne find out. Same thing. I mean, I kinda get it now since it was something different that we never see in the show. We're used to the same shit all the time. So of course that shit felt insane for some people. This would have worked if it didn't happen a whole season later. Why did they wait so long? Correct me if I'm wrong. All we saw of Luka knowing after Wishmaker was the worst episode of all time, Ephemeral. And Ephemeral isn't canon in my eyes. It's not canon since there are zero consequences on the plot whatsoever. It's like it never happened. You could skip that episode and nothing would change. It was purely 100% fanservice just like Elation. Except Elation actually had impact on the plot. So yeah, they did nothing of importance with Luka's little arc. They forgot it ever happened and by the time they brought it up again it was too late. The scene with him and Ladybug. 12-year-old me would have ate this up. But since I know decent writing now I can conclude that this is bullshit. And as always Adrian is kind of left to the side. Luka confronted Marinette but not him? Why? He did the whole thing calling her Marinette while she's transformed and they talked about it but all he did with Adrian alone was mention Chat Noir with some emphasis as if implying that he knows. There's no follow-up. At the end he reveals to everyone that he knows their identities but no interaction with Adrian alone like the one he had with Marinette. I don't know why I'm surprised honestly. Since he'll be trained to be a guardian or whatever he'll probably replace Masterful and ignore Chat Noir just like that cunt did. It's too late to apologize. I hope the blue-haired dude never returns. Stay in Brazil forever. How many people are they going to write out of the show this damn season? I think this is the writers realizing they have way too many characters in the show. It's like they're doing a little cleanse. Good for them. Wonder who's next. Definitely not Chloe. Alright, that's enough, I'm tired. I have 17 piercings now, isn't that cool? Luka could never. I'm sure there are things I missed but I don't want to hear about this episode again. Overall a 3.5 out of 10. I would have given it more points if Amelie was in it.